What is this archaic system?
Mother's maiden name? Evilwit?
You're telling me this guy is how things get verified.
That's my job.
I'm just saying, you shouldn't have to buy $10 worth of gum if you just want 79 cents worth of gum. Why do you get charged your money to take your money from your account? And if you're out of money, they charge you for being out of money?
What?
An overseas transfer takes 5 days?
Business days.
Why?
What are they using? A Zeppelin?
I deposited the check Monday.
But Monday was a bank holiday.
Why is this the way it is?
A bank holiday?
This system makes no sense.
This makes no sense.
Who designed this system?
Well,
Is this really the best we can do? Don't we deserve better?
Hey, what's going on, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever felt like that you were just one step behind of all the big moves in the crypto world? Like the market's racing ahead and you're stuck wondering what's next. Maybe you're hearing whispers of massive liquidations, game-changing partnerships, or companies going public, but it's hard to know what's worth your time. Well, that's the problem. Crypto moves fast and missing the right info could cost you. But don't worry, I've got you covered today. Today, we're diving into some huge crypto stories that could shift the market and your portfolio. From a $110 million Bitcoin shakeout to Ripple's bold move in Japan and Uphold's IPO buzz. And these are updates that you need to know right now. Stick with me because the crypto world waits for no one. And by the end of this video, you'll not only be caught up, but you'll also get an exclusive sneak peek into Altcoin Pro University, our crypto platform that can help take your crypto portfolio to the next level. Plus, we will be heading over to X to find out all the breaking news that's happening in the market right now. We'll be heading over to Forex Factory to find out all the red folder news that you need to know this week. We'll dive into Uphold exploring an IPO while courting XRP avid customers. We'll also jump into the charts for XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, and we'll find the next level of resistance and support that is important for your portfolio today. We'll also be checking in on our long-term and short-term momentum waves and so much more in today's video. So if you're like most people where you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto news like we do for you here on this channel every day, make sure you subscribe. You may never see us again. And if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. But first, let's head over to CoinMarketCap and check out the overall health of the crypto market. So today, total market cap is coming at $3.44 trillion. We're up 4.1%. Massive move today in the total crypto market. Just yesterday, we had pulled back to 3.29 trillion. And just 4 days ago, we were all the way down at 3.14 trillion. So we've come up $300 billion in the last couple of days. Now today, we do have $124 billion worth of trading volume. Fear and greed index has rebounded greatly. Yesterday was at 55. We're all the way up at 64, back in that healthy greed territory. We just don't want to get into that extreme greed. Watch out for sell-offs at that level. Altcoin season index still not really pumping here. 29 out of a 100 option. We're not technically in altcoin season until we're above 75, so we'll keep you updated every day. Make sure you subscribe. Bitcoin dominance still leading the way at 63.7. It is up 2% today. And we now have the official first day reports of the ETF inflow for Bitcoin. Checking out the Bitcoin ETF tracker. Last week, we ended off minus 131 million. Now, obviously, big surge today in the market. When this report comes out later this evening, we'll know this tomorrow, so make sure you check back in. We're going to see a big surge above that zero line, volume coming back into the ETF market. But more notably, what we've been tracking very closely lately is the Ethereum ETF tracker. As you can see, the last 3 weeks consecutively, huge moves into Ethereum. Even though price hasn't necessarily surged yet, keep a very close eye on where Ethereum is going. There's a great pattern in the charts we'll see at the end of this video. $248 million inflows 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, $285 million. Last week, $281 million worth of inflows. So lots of money pouring into Ethereum ETFs through institutional buys. Checking out the top 5 cryptos by total market cap. Number 1 is Bitcoin at $110,000. Ethereum number 2 at $2,700. Tether number 3 at $1. XRP at $2.32 and $136 billion. When will it take out Tether for that number 3 spot? We'll continue to track that. Also, BNB coming in at $667, number 5, and Solana coming in at $161 at number 6. Over at Forex Factory, no news to report today or tomorrow, but we will have core CPI, which is very, very important for our economy on Wednesday. Plus, we'll have on Thursday unemployment claims, so make sure you check back when these numbers come out. Heading over to X to find out all the breaking news that's happening right now. Don't forget to head over to BULLRUNNERS at BULLRUNNERS HQ and give us a follow. By the way, we do have a $100 XRP giveaway every week. Congratulations to Daniel MRRR11 for winning last week's giveaway. If you want to win next, all you have to do is follow us on X. Like, retweet, and comment this post right here, and subscribe to our daily crypto newsletter. All you do is click the link right here, click the big orange button, grab my free secrets, enter your best email. We're going to also send you a free ebook, Altcoin Secrets, the Underground Guidebook to Become a Crypto Millionaire. Plus, we'll give you daily insights into the markets. So far, only 17 total entries into the contest. Breaking news, Ripple partners with Web3 Salon to boost Japan's XRPL startup ecosystem, offering up $200,000 per project in grants for early stage startups. So if you may be out there watching this, are a developer, want to build a project, you want to build it on XRP Ledger, you could get a grant of up to $200,000. They're looking for companies focused on DeFi, tokenized assets, and digital payments. Plus, they're hosting 4 big blockchain events through March 2026 to grow Japan's Web3 scene. And why this is important is because Japan's a crypto-friendly market with clear regulations, and Ripple's already got ties with giants like SBI Holdings. This move could spark a wave of innovation on the XRP ledger, making it a go-to blockchain for new projects. And for XRP investors, this is bullish. It means more real-world use cases, which could boost XRP's value. If you're into altcoins or blockchain tech, this shows how serious Ripple is about going global with its expansion. And as you saw in the very beginning of the video, the best ever Bitcoin ad must watch. Now, at the end of the video, it does show a Bitcoin. It is an advertisement for Bitcoin, but as you know, as an XRP Army member, really, this is a commercial for what XRP is truly designed to do. And as you see, a big move in Bitcoin today, $110 million worth of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated in the past 30 minutes. For those that are new to the game, a short is when a trader bets on Bitcoin's price dropping, and when the price spikes instead, like it did today, those bets get liquidating, forcing traders to buy back at higher prices. And this creates a snowball effect, pushing Bitcoin's price even higher. And this is a big deal because it signals a sudden surge in bullish momentum. Bitcoin's price jumped, and these liquidations could mean more upward pressure in the short term. So if you're holding Bitcoin or eyeing a trade, this is a moment to pay attention. Volatility like this often sets the tone for the week. Plus, it shows how fast sentiment can flip in crypto, so staying informed is key. Also, right now, Chainlink is excited to share that Chainlink is facilitating the secure exchange of a Hong Kong CBDC and an Australian dollar stablecoin as part of an ongoing use case in phase 2 of the eHKD pilot program. Now, this is absolutely massive, and it got very little headlines today. How important this really is. This pilot demonstrates blockchain's potential to cut cross-border payment settlement times from the traditional T+2 cycle to near instantaneous, supported by the 2023 Bank of International Settlements, showing 90% of central banks exploring CBDCs to enhance financial efficiency. And they go on to say, congratulations to the participants Visa, ANZ, China AMC, and Fidelity International for their role in transforming cross-border payments. And as we can see right here, whale alert, 15 hours ago, $1 billion worth of USDT was minted. And after that, guess what happened? Bitcoin price pumped. So if you follow whale alerts or other wallet tracking, USDT, when it is minted, be prepared for a pump in the Bitcoin markets.
We just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers.
Also breaking, the XRP ledger is now permanently destroyed over 13.9 million tokens of XRP. A total of 30 million XRP tokens have burned forever. And in a crazy interesting thing here, just in, 2 hyper liquid whales just shorted XRP with 20x leverage at $2.25, and $1 million is on the line. This person says, let's liquidate these clowns together. No mercy, no survivors. XRP army, it's time to buy XRP to get these guys liquidated and push the price to the upside. So as you can see right here, XRP open short position is 1.08 million and another one right here of 1.02 million. It is not giving us the liquidation price. However, XRP has been surging to the upside. Also, the latest spot trading on crypto exchanges has hit its lowest level since October 2020, with coins barely moving on chain. So right now, the normies, regular people, retail buyers are just not interested in crypto at all. So we see prices continue to surge. We also know the big institutions are the ones bringing the big volumes of money into the markets and pushing these prices up. And retail just doesn't care. They're not following along. Generally, when prices push to new all-time highs, like we have seen on XRP, we have seen on SUI, we have seen on Bitcoin, there tends to be a frenzy of retails joining in, but they are not here yet. And the reason why that I speculate on, and we've been talking about on this channel for a long time, is one, they're behind on their rents. They're behind on their mortgage. Number two, they're behind on car payments. They're behind on credit card bills. It is now at highest levels on record of all three of those things being in default. So no one really has extra money to just spend. Now, it was exciting when Trump announced that maybe they were going to come out with the $5,000 Doge stimulus checks. That would have been an absolute market pumper, but it's not looking like those are ever going to actually happen. So right now, unfortunately, the markets are the markets. Retail doesn't care because they don't have the extra money to spend on it. And on top of that, a lot of people are not going to have jobs in the future or losing their jobs. So as we see everything code TLDR, the labor force participation rate isn't going to rise anytime soon. It's set to keep declining over time. And this is a structural problem. We've got aging demographics, falling birth rates, and now a rise of automation. AI is coming through and it is starting to take people's jobs. Humans are already being replaced by AI and robots at a staggering pace. And that shift is only just beginning. This is deflationary over time. It also reinforces the need for ongoing stimulus to keep the system afloat, which we talked about just a second ago. Will there ultimately be a universal basic income for certain people? Well, fewer workers, more tech, same debts. And for some of you out there that use Binance, this was an alarm that just went out last night. Your withdrawal is being processed as Ripple network is withdrawal suspended at this moment. So Binance suspends global XRP withdrawals. Please set a reminder of the above network via deposit or withdrawal status. Also, Ripple USD, an impressive board of directors. Have you guys ever seen this here? So we have Chris Larson, obviously, CEO and co-founder of Prosper Marketplace, CEO and co-founder of eLoan. He's the executive chairman of Ripple's board and directors and co-founder of Ripple altogether. Sheila Bair, chair of the United States Federal Deposit and Insurance Corporation, assistant secretary of financial institutions, U.S. Department of Treasury, senior vice president for government relations at New York Stock Exchange, commissioner of an acting chair of the Commodity Futures CFTC. Also, David Puth, Circle, an advisor for Circle, chief executive officer of Centra Consortium, R3 strategic advisor, chief executive officer of CLS Corporation, and JP Morgan Chase. He was the head of currencies and commodities in emerging markets for JP Morgan and Chase. Also, Kenneth Montgomery. Again, this is the board of directors here, ladies and gentlemen. First vice president and chief operating officer of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, service program executive at FedNow. And then, of course, we have Raghuram Rajan, who's the governor of the Reserve Bank of India and the Chief Economic International Monetary Fund, IMF. Now, what's interesting about this group right here, all of their ties are to traditional banking. And we know that XRP and Ripple, the company, is coming to replace, flip the switch, get out of here for traditional banking and switching over to the new system, as we saw, for example, in the commercial in the beginning of this video. Now, let's talk about Uphold. They may be launching an IPO. As we know, Circle just did an IPO. There's whispers out there that Ripple might be doing an IPO. Well, Uphold, one of the best centralized exchanges for XRP. They've been a longtime supporter forever of XRP. Even during the craziness of the delisting, Uphold was still there. Uphold CEO Simon McLaughlin promoted initiatives aimed at wooing U.S. consumers who fancy XRP. The company is now exploring an initial public offering. He went on to say, we're currently being courted by a number of banks, brokers, financial institutions, and payment firms. So equally, a trade sale might be an option. A person familiar with the matter pinned the number of value at $1.5 billion. And this exploration of an IPO comes in the wake of US-based Circle's successful offering of $115 per share on Monday after debuting at $31. Circle shares have already appreciated more than 300%. Last month, Uphold made a bit of a splash when it said in Las Vegas that it was looking for ways to unlock yield on XRP via Flare Network and is launching a US debit card and lets consumers earn XRP as a bonus. So I know a lot of you viewers are XRP Army. Would you support Uphold launching an IPO? Let me know down in the comments. All right, so let's take a look at XRP in the charts. Now, first and foremost, we're on the daily charts here. And as we talked about a couple of days ago, we need to break above the zero line. As you can see right now, our indicator is flashing red. It is giving us bearish tendencies, but it is definitely climbing towards that zero line and about to cross it. Should be done in 24 to 48 hours, depending on if we can continue our surge to the upside. Right now, we did get one of our levels of interest on the 1 hour charts and unfortunately rejecting off of that there. But we do need to see a surge through this $2.33 level, because really the challenge is going to come at $2.43, and we'll show you why in a second. But on our daily chart here, our shaft trend cycle had reset to zero. It is starting to make its push to the upside, had a slight pullback here, creating a bullish divergence. As you can see, price came lower than the previous price here, but our shaft trend cycle, which is based off of a MACD, but you can see this is a better MACD, but we do have a bullish divergence here, and we can see the push has been pushing up since that level. So as of June 6th, we started to make our move up. We still have room to run to the upside before we max out. And then after we've maxed out, it could run sideways for a few days. Most important is to make sure that this tracks back above that zero line, giving us bullish momentum indications. And with this, we are using the wolf pack. You can check out the settings here. We are using fast length of 10, slow length of 30, and it does work on all time frames. But as of right now, we are looking at the daily chart here. Let's go ahead and switch to the weekly. Now, the exciting part here, in my personal opinion, is that our shaft trend cycle has reset to zero and has not started to make its move to the upside on the weekly charts for XRP yet. As we can see, last time we had a reset of zero was October 28th, and we made the run to the upside, had a small pullback, and then the surge all the way up to our spider line here at $3.34 before rejecting and starting a consolidation period. Last week's weekly candle did bounce off the 30 exponential moving average. This week's candle has officially surged above the 10 exponential moving average. And now what we're looking for is price to break above this level here of $2.44, which is our current lower high for our market structure. As we can see, this comes from the week of March 17th and March 24th. Unfortunately, it had a wick to the upside, but unfortunately, it broke to the downside. It did also break off of our $2.52 spider line, and that spider line coming to us from January 29th of 2018. But when we take a look at our daily, we are making big strides to build momentum to the upside. We can even look at the 12-hour charts. We have now officially broken into bullish territory on the 12-hour charts. Last time we broke below and then broke back up, we can see we surged to the upside from the $2.12 all the way up into the $2.32 range. So a nice 20-cent move there. And we have just barely cracked the surface of the zero line as of the last 12-hour candle. So we're looking very promising to the upside here. We're having a small pullback, maybe a retest off of this level that we did break right here at the $2.25 before a surge. So what I'm looking for as far as support goes, $2.25 is still a very important key level that we cannot break and lose. Otherwise, we may be coming back to $1.90. So we've broken above that. Our next level, we need to break above this $2.33 and then surge up into this $2.44 range, which, as you can see, is a very key level of resistance for us. After that, we'll have to break through our spider line at $2.53 and then surge all the way up to our next level of spider line, which comes to us at $2.80. So that's my bullish outlook for XRP, as long as we continue to maintain bullish structure on our long-term momentum wave, which on the daily, we will know if we have confirmation of that in the next 24 to 48 hours. Our 3-day, take a look at this. Our 3-day just had a reset of the zero line is making its turn to the upside. There's 2 days. So once this candle closes green, that is going to be a very good sign that we will be surging up. As you can see, last time we surged up on the 3-day charts, it broke here November 8th. And then of course, it had the full on November ride to the upside. Also on the 3-day chart, we have nearly reset to zero on the short-term momentum wave. So there's a lot of great things looking up for XRP as long as we continue this momentum we are building right now. And the reason we say all that, because when we look at Bitcoin, it's going through a similar territory, right? So weekly Bitcoin reset to zero and it had its surge to the upside. In fact, when it started making its move was here, 82,000. Now we're going all the way up to 112,000. That's a 30,000 move to the upside, all during the weekly short-term momentum move to the up. Now, as we see right here, long-term momentum did do a curl around. So when we go back and look at XRP, we need to see this momentum get us a curl to the upside and then also make our weekly move to the upside. So XRP is coiling up for a massive push to the upside. Same thing here. We take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum reset to zero, starting its surge up. Look at what happened when it started its surge up. It went from 1578 to where it's at now, 2700. Now, also, we've been talking about this bull flag pattern. Let's go ahead and take this off. This is the actual flag here. In fact, let's go ahead. We'll make the settings right here, and we're going to turn off extend to the right so you can see what we have right now. This is the flagpole to the upside. This is the actual flag. When you take the flagpole from the bottom of the level right here and you attach it to the breakout point, which we could be getting the breakout today, tomorrow. I mean, we take a look at this on the daily charts now, ladies and gentlemen. You can see our short-term momentum wave is really cranking to the upside. Long-term momentum had a big turn. We also bounced on Ethereum off of our 1100 exponential moving average, which is a very strong level of support for us. And right now, it is literally trying to break to the upside. Now, we're having a little rejection off this top level, but the candle just got started. We have 23 hours and 5 minutes left. When it breaks out, the flagpole pattern from where it's at to where the breakout goes, we're looking at a potential $3,500, $3,600 Ethereum. Now, this is huge news. Also, when we take a look at the pattern, so we have short-term momentum firing to the upside, long-term momentum making a turn to the upside. We also have the pattern here where price ran up, consolidated at the 10 exponential moving average, price ran up, consolidated sideways for multiple days, and then it has not run. When we look at Bitcoin, price ran up, consolidated sideways, price ran up, consolidated sideways, price ran up a third time, consolidated sideways, and then it ran up a fourth time. Okay, so Ethereum is lagging behind because this Ethereum has ran up once, twice, even if I don't really consider that. This is probably once, twice. So we have three, and then a consolidation period will happen, and then a fourth push to break out to new all-time highs of Ethereum is what I'm seeing over the next couple of months. As we've been talking about with XRP, the daily needing to break above the zero line on our Wolfpack long-term momentum indicator, well, Ethereum has a potential of doing something even bigger, and that is the weekly breaking above the zero line. All right, so the weekly short-term momentum wave, unfortunately, has reached its peak at the 100 right now. It could rest here. Look at last time it reached this peak was here and ran sideways. This was during the run-up of November 23 into January of 2024. Had a reset right here and then a super surge. So pushed, reset, super surge, but all above that 10 exponential moving average on the weekly charts. As we can see, we broke above the 10 exponential weekly moving average. We actually have not had a closed body candle above the 10 exponential moving average since January 6th of 2025. That just happened a couple weeks ago on May 5th. We've been maintaining that level now. This weekly candle just getting kicked off, already fully bullish engulfing over the last 4 consecutive weekly candles. And when we turn on our daily fair value gap indicator, we can see we have a fair value gap right here at 2,900. We have one right here at 3,175. And take a look at this. We have one right here at 3,764, which is just above our potential bull flag breakout. So if price runs up to this level, trades sideways, we break out up to this level, trade sideways, break through the next level, and then make it all the way up to fill the fair value gap to the upside, bringing us into the 3,800 level. So that is my bullish outlook for Ethereum. Now, if we do break to the downside, which, unfortunately, it's a possibility. So if price comes down, we break down below the 1100 exponential moving average at 24. We also lose the 50 exponential moving average. We could be coming back all the way to here, which is where our fair value gap to the downside is fulfilled. And that gets us into that 1800 level. And that's why you need to subscribe today, because we'll continue to follow along with this breaking news and charting every single day. Make sure you subscribe. And also make sure you check out our trading platform, Altcoin Pro University.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers.